Alright, 7:20 means it's 4:20 somewhere. If you got one, spark up. Alright. Tonight we're gonna get a little rant with the video. So in past videos, I've talked about opposing mandates, whether you've gotten the juice or not, because it doesn't, because of what it would lead to. I did a video where we went over the future digital IDs that come in your wallet. And anybody who's read books like Behold the Pale Horse or has listened to Alex Jones or people like him at all, has heard that the elites have a plan to put a chip in us at some point, which they can, essentially control us through. For a long time, this was considered a conspiracy theory. Well, here we are. Stockholm, Sweden, December 15th, 2021. Chip that can hold information about your vaccine status. So small it can be embedded into your arm.
Implants are a very versatile technology that...
Now, to be clear, I nor this video are claiming that the Fauci juice will give you the implant. I don't do QAnon. This is just something separate that they are creating to make it easier. As I said in the digital ID video, they're going to take you to their solution by making it seem like it's an easier, more convenient thing. So that way you're more willing to accept it. Which is why I've been very adamant about opposing mandates. Well, that aside from, the big pharma profits that come from the mandates. But here we go.
Can be used for many different things. And right now it's very convenient to have a COVID passport always accessible on your implant.
See, now that's something big right there. Epicenter claims the procedure is completely reversible. It's not reversible if, they convince you, hey, wouldn't it be much easier to have your money on a chip in your arm? That way, it can't be stolen. Can't lose it. Unless you lose your arm, then you got bigger fucking problems than the money you lost. But yeah. So if they got it to a point where all monies and all transactions and pretty much everything goes through these chips, that they're gonna slowly get you to that point. Like I said, they're not gonna come right out and be like, here, take this chip that's gonna control your whole life. No. It's gonna start like this. COVID passport. That way if you're, or even just a traveling passport, like with that digital ID. Because what was something I said with the digital IDs on the phone? I'm about 99% sure I mentioned, you lose your phone, you're fucked. Because your ID is on that phone. And that's how they're going to get you to this. Which is in the development process. They're developing it. not a theory that it's going to happen. They're already developing it. They're showing you right here. They have the technology. So, again, um, compliance will not get us through COVID. They're going to continue. Oh, shit. I wasn't supposed to say that word. Uh, the stupid 19 is they're going to continue. I mean, look what they're doing for the new variant. All the fear they're pushing. So far, all the places who have had it said it's been mild. You know, they haven't even, as far as last I knew, South Africa still hadn't had a single hospitalization from this variant. But damn if they aren't rushing to try and get you, you know, take that extra fucking booster juice. That way you can be safe from it. Before too many people realize, like, oh wait, this is mild. I don't need to get that shit no more. It's gonna continue to get milder as it mutates. We good. So turn your TVs off. That's the big one. They will push, you know, all they do is push fear to guide you to where they want you to go. They did it on that day in September. And I'm not saying it that way to be disrespectful. I'm just saying it that way for algorithmic issues. I don't want my shit getting flagged. Um, I've already got one strike. And my channel's still small as hell. But yeah, um, they do it in all types of ways. You know, they push fear, fear, fear. They've been doing it nonstop to a point where they've got people fearing their neighbor simply because of who they voted for. And it's sad. Luckily, New York city is still, Mr. de Blasio is still being extra authoritarian. And, you know, there's the beacon of hope there where you have people putting their political differences aside to go against de Blasio's mandates. And I'm talking about seeing BLM and MAGA out protesting together. That's what the system fears. When opposing sides put aside their differences to go against them, that is what the system fears. Everything else, the system's happy to add fuel to the fire. Anyways, let's get back on hand. All right. Yeah. So this is just more of them putting it in your face what is to come if we continue to comply. Shout out to those who are fighting it out in Australia and in Europe and here. For all the compliant people, you know, when it gets too late, all that virtue signaling will have meant nothing. You know, and again, I don't oppose the Fauci juice. I oppose the mandates. If you are at risk, by all means, get it. But there's no science that says whether I get it or not will prevent me from giving it to you. You know, yeah, the risk for injury is small, but for my age and health category, the risk of serious harm from the stupid 19 is small too. You know, and there's many others who have their own reasons. That's just mine. You know, that plus the lack, and this is in the FDA insert, you know, they don't have long term studies. Those studies will be taking place soon. You know, they just pulled the J&J again. You know, then you look in other countries like, you know, at top athletes, soccer players going down. You know, it's like I said, it should be a choice. And this is why things like having the government have a say on things like abortion, which even though, you know, I'm not the biggest supporter of abortion, um, I do believe it, you know, should be safe and legal to do. Uh, you know, because there are, like I do have the nuance, the ability to see certain situations through, you know, a lens of nuance. And that's why I oppose the drug war. Both of those things give the government autonomy over your body. You know, and we can't do that because that sets a precedent. You know, once you've handed over that little bit of autonomy, where you said, "This is what I can or can't put into me," or "This is what I can. This is a procedure I can and can't do without your permission." You give up that autonomy. Now they own you. And they can pull the card like, "Look, you already gave us your autonomy when you gave us a say in this, so we're, you know, because they're always going to cheat you." So, got to oppose the mandates because once we accept the mandates, then they'll find another way to make it inconvenient. You know, the process will be inconvenient if you don't get this one on your phone. You know, and then like I said, people lose their phones and break their phones all the time. You know, that happens every day to somebody. So if you're someone who has, you know, and me, I've broke plenty of phones. And if you're someone prone to breaking phones, oh, why wouldn't you get the chip that, you know? But then you see things, and, you know, the idea behind the chip is cool until, you know, the government starts doing something you don't like. And you start voicing dissent. And then with a flick of a switch, they turn your money off. That's the dangers of giving them that inch. There's hundreds of miles they want to take you down. So the second you give them that inch, they're going to see how far they can take you. You know, so again, not opposed to juice. We just got to make sure it stays a choice. Especially, you know, as we're getting into these new variants, you know, milder cases, fewer hospitalizations. You know, we will reach, you know, we just got to see which, you know, like the age groups and which people still need to be protected. You know, and make sure it's available for them. As for the rest of us, you know, it's our choice if we want that extra protection or if we have enough faith in our own natural immune system to handle the job. or if we've already had it and we have that natural immunity, you know. But let me know what you think about this in the comments. Uh, have you read Behold a Pale Horse? 1 second, I'll go grab it. There we go. A lot of things in this book, which was written in 1991, Behold a Pale Horse, written by Bill Cooper. A lot of the things that he wrote in that book in 1991 that he said was going to happen are happening before our eyes. So he's got a lot of stuff that's available, from when he did his radio show that are available on YouTube, that people have put on YouTube. So you can check out some of those things. He called bullshit on that day in September, months in advance, and then, sure enough, a couple months after that, he died in a shootout with the sheriffs. So, yeah, that's a book definitely want to look into reading, listening to an audiobook, whatever have you. And yeah, because this right here, this if you talked about this just a couple years ago, you were deemed a conspiracy theorist. And here we are. So, again, let me know what you think. Let me know if you've read Behold the Pale Horse, what you thought about that, how much of it you're seeing play out before your eyes. And, yeah, thanks for watching. Y'all have a nice night. Stay blazing. Stay free.